Let's go to Sonya Barbiero. We are here, by the way, at SiriusXM, and it's a town hall with our very own Phil Collins. Sonya?
Happy belated birthday, Mr. Collins.
Thank you very much.
With your organization you co-founded with Orion, the Little Dreams Foundation, what has been your proudest moment with the children? And do you see any talent coming up that will be a force to contend with in the next 10 to 15 years?
Right. Yes. Well, I was at the auditions in last June, and I was quite amazed at just how much talent these kids that came in front of us. There's about 20 of them. And, you can't help everybody, but we chose some singers that are really quite astounding. The young kids, and they just come in and, one sounded like Idina Menzel, I mean, it was just very inspiring. But I think the thing, we've had a lot of success with kids playing tennis and winning, cups and championships. And I think the most touching thing is a young football team in Zimbabwe who didn't have any uniform, and they probably didn't have anything, apart from enthusiasm. So we helped them, and that's a couple of years ago now. So they're thriving, and with world soccer or football, the real football, thriving, especially in this country. Those kids could go anywhere and play. So I'm proud of that.
So, do you want to tell people how they can reach out?
They just go littledreamsfoundation.com, I guess. It's just, I never access it because I live with the person that's doing it. No, it's littledreamsfoundation.com, and there is, all the information to apply for auditions. We fund the tuition. So kids come through and say, they got a dream, they got an ambition, but the family can't afford the tuition. It's at the bottom of everybody's list. We come in and pay for the tuition and give them guidance, and then we let them fly off.
That's a beautiful mission. SiriusXM Town Hall. Phil Collins is our guest. Bob Barbiero. Is that right?
Yep.
Barbiero.
Yeah, but you got it close.
Hi, Bob.
Ballpark. Hi, Mark. Hi, Phil.
Hi.
It's been an honor to meet you today.
Thank you.
My question is, of all the albums you've worked on, which one was the most fun or easiest to make, or the most difficult for you to make? And you can go all the way back to Brand X and Flaming Youth and all those kind of albums in Genesis.
The most fun, I think, was the big band album, actually, because it was something I always wanted to do. And, I recorded it in Paris, and then we went into the Capitol building in LA, where Sinatra used to record. And so it's a funny story. We played in Carnegie Hall, and we used to record every night just on a digital tape DAT. And when we got there, the union boss said, no, you can't use that. I said, oh, come on, man, I'm playing Carnegie Hall with my big band. You got to let me record it. And they said, no. You can use that microphone up there and onto a cassette on up there in the gallery. I said, oh, that's better than nothing. Anyway, I went home to the hotel, went back to the hotel, and I played it, and it sounded just like Count Basie, at the Sands record. It was just sounded fantastic. So we used to compare, when we did it in the Capitol building, we would slip the cassette in just to make sure we're on the right track.
So you can actually thank the Teamsters for that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's rare.
Yeah, because back then, Duke Ellington and all that lot, they just had a couple of mics above the band,
right?
And the band balanced itself, So it was like it is a distinctive sound, and a lot of bands now, it's all crisp and you can hear everything. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want that. I wanted it to sound like
you were in a hall somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, is there the converse of that? Is there one that you could look back on and say, geez, that was just, how did we ever finish that record? I have no idea.
Well, not really. I mean, they've all kind of been relatively pain-free. I can't think of anything. I mean, Face Value was not meant to be a record. I mean, it wasn't like I set out to make a solo record. I went through some stuff, which we don't need to talk about, but I ended up with a lot of time on my hands, and they were like little doodles, and then eventually they became songs. And eventually I played it to Ahmet Ertegun, Atlantic Records, great friend of mine. And he listened to it and he said, "Wow, man, this has got to be a record." And it's at that point I realized I had a record. So, so in a way, it was one of those things I couldn't foresee ever happening, but it happened in a very nice, simple way.